For 11 seasons, The Walking Dead captivated us with tales of survival, loss, and hope in a world overrun by walkers. Today, we revisit two iconic characters, Rick Grimes and Michonne, and their mysterious journeys after their respective departures. Where did they go? What did they face? And could their paths finally converge in the upcoming spin-off, The Ones Who Live? Buckle up, survivors, as we unravel the threads of their fates. Remember Rick Grimes, the former sheriff turned leader? Well, his last season, Season 9, begins as the de facto leader of all of the communities, with Maggie in charge of Hilltop, Darryl in charge of the Saviors, and Ezekiel in charge of the Kingdom. Rick strives for prosperity and cooperation among the communities, assuring the future that Carl had wished for. However, his choice to spare Negan has cost him his relationship with Maggie and Darryl, who both want Negan dead. Tensions rise between the groups and a small insurrection occurs, led by a small group of saviors who oppose Rick's rule. Rick learns that Maggie is going to kill Negan and rides with Darryl to try and stop her. However, this results in a fight between the two in which they fall into a chasm and have to fight their way out to avoid being swarmed by two incoming herds of walkers. Rick tries to salvage the bridge between the two communities. He is thrown from his horse and impaled on a rebar pipe. Crying in agony, Rick is left on the side of the road while he passes out as hundreds of walkers approach him. Seriously injured, Rick manages to free himself from the rebar and leads the herd away using his horse, haunted by hallucinations of his dead friends. Finding the camp overrun, Rick leads the massive combined herd onto the bridge, which he believes would collapse under the weight of the herd, but it holds. With his friends desperately trying to save him, Rick shoots fallen dynamite, blowing the bridge up and apparently killing himself in the process. Unknown to anyone else, however, Rick survives the explosion and is found by Ann Jadis on the riverbank. Ann convinces her allies, the CRM, who are in the helicopter, to take Rick to safety and treat his injuries. Rick later awakens on the helicopter with Ann, who assures him that he is being taken to a safe place. 6 years after Rick's apparent death, Michonne has taken over Alexandria. A 9-year-old Judith has inherited Rick's revolver and sheriff's hat. Michonne, the fierce warrior and Rick's beloved partner after 6 years of struggling and missing her beloved one. The group struggle to survive while under the omnipresent watch of Alpha and the Whisperers. Michonne meets a man named. She agrees to travel with him by boat to an abandoned island to help him find his family. In exchange for weapons the group can use against Alpha, Michonne leaves her children behind with Darryl, Carol, and the others, sailing away on a boat. Michonne arrives at the naval base with Virgil, soon realizing it's a trap. She chases Virgil to a storage room where she finds Rick's boots. Later, on a stranded naval ship, she also finds a phone with Rick's name and a drawing of her and Judith etched into it, suggesting that Rick may still be alive. She allows Virgil to live, takes leave of the others, and contacts Judith via walkie-talkie to tell of her intent to find Rick. Taking 2 new walker pets fastened in chains, Michonne starts on her journey in the wilderness. She later finds 2 stragglers, a man and woman, who need help catching up to a large group of organized troops marching ahead of them. The 3 of them then begin walking to catch up to the larger group. Both Rick and Michonne have endured unimaginable hardships. Whether fighting for survival, navigating complex political landscapes, or confronting their own inner demons, their journeys have transformed them into hardened survivors. Yet a piece of each remains missing, yearning for the other. At the ending of the final season of The Walking Dead, a year later, Ezekiel is the governor of the Commonwealth, while the communities remain united in creating a better future. Now aware that Rick's alive, Darryl sets out on his own to find him. Elsewhere, Michonne continues her search for Rick. On Bloodsworth Island, where Michonne would eventually find his belongings, Rick writes a message for Michonne before being found by a CRM helicopter and forced to surrender. The Ones Who Live promises to answer burning questions about Rick and Michonne's destinies. Will they finally reunite? Where have their paths led them? What new threats and conflicts await? Prepare to embark on a new chapter in their story, filled with action, mystery, and the enduring power of love. Click here if you want to see the recap of the last season. Will Rick and Michonne find their way back to each other? Share your theories and excitement for The Ones Who Live in the comments below. Thanks for watching this recap. See you in the next one.